Hi, darlings. Welcome to day 2 of my daily musings, which are going to be, these audio clips of me sharing some wisdom and some guidance to help lead you back to your feminine, enchanted soul. And I'm going to be sharing these for the next 14 days or so as we celebrate the launch of my elite program, the Erotic Luxury Temple. And if you're the type of woman who is serious about her growth and you want to take your feminine journey to the next level, then click the link down below in the comments to register now for the Erotic Luxury program. So today I want to chat about the shallow concepts being taught in the feminine energy community. So I know this information can be really exciting, when you start to learn about it, and there's a lot of free content out there that you can binge on. However, although it's exciting, it can also cause a lot of pressure in you, making you feel anxious and worried about if you're doing or saying the right thing. And that leads to you performing your feminine energy and performing the idea of being a woman rather than actually embodying the essence of who you are and the essence of the womanhood within you. So there's a lot of wrong information being shared out there. There's information about feminine energy that's not true, making it seem like something that it's not. And what that does is it creates a very shallow version of who you are. It's a lot of tricks that make external appearance while ignoring who you are on the inside. And this performative feminine energy is when you try to project this ideal of perfection onto yourself. And when you self-abandon in that way by only focusing on looking good on the outside or by having the perfect text message to send a guy or trying to act a certain way to get a guy to like you, if you have that approach, you're going to find yourself wandering through life really dazed and confused and feeling really hollow. Living that way is not fulfilling at all, and it's actually very objectifying to yourself. So the thing about this is that this performative feminine energy is that a pretty dress, the perfectly crafted text message, a nice smile, makeup, a lot of this, all the shallow stuff about femininity. None of that can hide the emotional baggage that you carry. So if you carry anxiety, fear around abandonment, childhood wounding, then that wounded side of yourself is going to trump everything else, no matter what. It's a very dense energy from the inside that can be felt even behind the pretty facade. So that's why if you want to be a woman of depth, you have to do the actual inner work behind it to actually make that happen. So authentic, real feminine energy is simply an act of freeing yourself. Freeing yourself from the constraints that are keeping your erotic luxury from flowing freely. So your erotic luxury is your sensual essence. It's the part of you that's fluid and electric. But we take on a lot of trauma and baggage and distorted inner narratives and false ideas from other people about what it means to be a woman. So what you have to do is detach from all of that, detach from that distorted thinking so that your essence can actually emerge, so the authentic you can actually emerge. Because sometimes what you think is the authentic you is not. What you think is normal may actually just be a coping mechanism. You probably have a lot of defenses and ways of being or acting that are actually working against you, which is what's causing you to feel insecure, disconnected from your power, feeling like a little girl who's not taken seriously. It's preventing you from attracting love with a supreme energy man. It's what's making you not attract money into your life. And holding on to all of this baggage is what holds you back from all of the blessings that are out there for you. And it's one thing to think this mentally and say, okay, I'm going to be authentic now, but it's completely different experience to actually clear those cellular memories out of your system and really imprint that new narrative that awakens your enchanted soul. And that is when you're going to find yourself glow from the depth of who you are. So the process of erotic luxury is about getting you out of that childlike state of mind, getting you out of the performance, and really discovering who the woman within you actually is. So who am I is the question that we want to ask. Who am I beyond this fear? Who am I beyond my parents' conditioning? Who am I beyond the coping mechanisms and the defenses? This is a rite of passage into womanhood, and when you're embodied in your feminine enchanted soul, that's when you become at ease with yourself. When you're no longer hiding from yourself, when you're no longer trying to stuff these feelings down, when you're trying to stuff all that baggage down, that's when you become at ease with yourself, and that's when you become free from within. And the woman who is at ease with herself becomes very captivating, and she finds this youthful, vivacious inner glow begin to awaken, and you'll become more comfortable and secure and safe within your body. Erotic luxury is about rejuvenating the beauty of your sensual essence, and that is what true divine feminine energy is all about. It's not about the rules, tricks, games, manipulative projections to control people or to control men, but it's a journey of coming back home to yourself and awakening a profound sense of sovereignty from the inside out. So how can you tell if you are just performing feminine energy? Well, for one, I want you to take a look at the kind of men that you're attracting, or the kind of men that you are attracted to. So if you're only acting like a hollow masquerade of femininity, you're going to be attracting men who do the same with their masculinity. Those kind of men who put on a grandiose show, they try to lead with flashy things, they focus on an ideal instead of embodying the real depth of who they are as a man. So that disconnect you feel from your luminosity in your soul, it's going to get mirrored back to you by the men that you are attracted to. Attracting those men who may want you for the shiny Barbie doll version of who you are, but not who you actually are. So you see, it's the way that you show up for yourself. So if you don't even want to take a look within, if you're objectifying yourself, if you are only focusing on the surface, if you're not traveling into the depth of who you are, you're going to align with men who do the same and who view you the same. The second way you can see if you are performing feminine energy is if you're always feeling really anxious and vacant. So when you deny your inner woman, life becomes an exhausting race of performance. And it's going to have you not feeling safe within your skin. You're going to feel on edge and hypervigilant and paranoid. And it's just a constant grasp for validation. And you're always going to feel empty. And that's because you're not self-sourcing that erotic luxury energy within you. So to turn this around, that's what erotic luxury is all about. In my program, the Erotic Luxury Temple, which is a tantalizing sensual journey for divine feminine awakening, covers everything that you need to know on this. So what you need is a rekindling of that inner fire. You really do have to take that time to do the work to release that constriction that's within your body so that you can become more fluid, awakening the electricity of your essence. And that's how you awaken your inner woman. That's how you allow your inner woman to break free from all of those constraints and all of that baggage that had her hiding. Because if not, if you keep hiding her, you're going to feel immense sadness. You're going to feel empty. You're going to feel dull, bored, always itching for something, always hungry. And it's that self-abandonment that actually betrays yourself. So the more that you're not in alignment with your inner woman, the more that you abandon yourself, the more that you're not devoted to that inner woman, that causes you to actually distrust yourself, and it creates a lot of insecurity within you. So erotic luxury helps you fill those voids, and this is your key to the fulfillment that you've been searching for. It's not about the external validation. It's not about you finding the perfect thing to say or trying to act the perfect way as the ideal woman. It's actually a process of you coming home to yourself, and that's actually the safest place that you could ever be. So for the women that want to take this deeper, I want to invite you into my program, the Erotic Luxury Temple. You have 14 days left for the early bird rate, which includes a lot of juicy bonuses and also my best-selling program, Infinite Allure. So you're pretty much getting two programs for a very low rate, which is a really great offer. So I do highly suggest that you register now. And I will leave the link to that down below in the comments. All right, my muses, thank you for joining me. Thank you for showing up. Leave me your insights and your breakthroughs down below if anything resonated here. I love you all, and I will see you over in the temple. And again, I will leave the link to register now down below in the comments. Take care. Have a good night.